Hello guys, Wahoo here, back in the video. This time around going over GEO modules and what are GEO modules. Yes, this might be a little bit of a delayed one, but I didn't really have the idea to make this video before now, so kind of shame on me, right? But I want to show first of all my modules before I kind of talk about what they are and stuff like that. But first of all, this is my modules. I have the laser at 8, grappling hook at 2, gas is 8, charge is 6, and barriers 2, rocket boots is 6, path painter is level 1, and the thumper is level 2. So what are these modules? Well, modules are, first of all, the gas is kind of your health. So the more you level this up, and also with the companion and stuff like that, of course makes the you last longer in these caves, and you can also go further in the caves. You can go at this point at 8 I can go to tier 5, and you can go all the way to level 10, and that makes it next step would be radiant for me, and the last step would be stellar. So all of these can be stellar. So gas is the most important thing, but the Omni tool is also pretty important, because this is, as it says, it's a specialized module harvesting geo blocks. It also does the some of the companions. You can also have to use the beam on those, but doesn't really matter what your level is for that. But just wanted to mention it. But level 8 is where you get to basically go get everything. There's different tiers. You can see it when you upgrade them, and I will show it in a little bit, the upgrading station or whatever it is, and you can see it basically what it's going to be the next thing. Grappling hook is something where you, of course, pretty simple. You kind of use it like the same you use in Battle Royale, if you know what that, or Bomb Royale, sorry. Shoot out a grappling hook or claw, and you grab on, and then it pulls you in. Pretty awesome. Haven't upgraded much yet, but it is good to upgrade. In charge is that uses like the suit, as I said, cave suit. Basically it uses for grappling claw, barrier, rocket boots, path painter, and thumper. Not something to do with gas and tool. Oh, also the tool, sorry, that's tool is also, before I was saying something wrong, the tool also uses the end charge, not the gas, but everything else uses the end charge. So of course, the better this one is, of course, also helps you with farming faster, going faster, and finding things and stuff like that. So Encharge is also pretty good, but it's not as good as gas and the tool, of course, because the higher the tool is, the you can gather the resources. If you just take the gas, that makes you go a lot farther. But if you level up Encharge very high, it's gonna help you, of course, every time you upgrade it, but it's also going to be not as useful as the other two. So those are kind of like the most useful things in here that you want to upgrade like first. As you also probably can see, my rocket boots are level 6. They're just like, you just hold down space or whatever button it is for consoles. I don't know what button it is, probably jump also. But at 6 you don't take any more fall damage, which is really, really nice. But you really don't have to upgrade them a lot if you don't want to, but at 6 you don't take any fall damage, which is really great. So you don't, because gas works kind of like health, so if you fall down, take some damage you would do like normally. Rocket boots at level 6 prevents you taking any fall damage, which means that you don't lose out on some gas, and that's kind of nice, but that's why I have mine at 6. So another thing that people used to upgrade before was the barrier generator, because of the movement speed. Before it stacked the movement speed, now it doesn't anymore, so people are kind of going away from that. And fortunately for me, I didn't upgrade it too much before it got changed, and now the thumper is actually better. So the thumper is, as it say, it uses a sonic pulse, reveals hidden crystals, shows the location of buried ores. So it basically gives you more materials and more gem crystals and such and such and such. So right now the best would be thumper as your skill or as your usage of that. Paint or path painter, I haven't really seen a lot of people use this. That's why I haven't upgraded yet. It might get buffed at some point, but right now it's not really worth it. It would be better for you to upgrade the barrier generator or claw. to be honest, the Thumper is more likely the best of these four things, with of course what's it called, barrier being like, or claw being like 2 or 3, and then the path painter being like the worst of them. But again, it gives you 50. Oh no, it gives you 100 Trove mastery and a 50 Geo mastery every time, or it's the other way around. I can't remember, but it gives you either one of the others. So if you upgrade all these tools, that's around 4,000. Around 4,000 Trove mastery, I think it is, or something like that. So it's pretty much a lot, but it also gets quite expensive when you get up to these, and meta matter is kind of a lot. But let's jump over to GEODE, and I'll show you how you kind of upgrade these things and whatnot. So see you in GEODE. All right, we are now in GEODE, and this is where you spawn in when you go through the portal and whatnot. You know, here over is the normal hub, over here Trove hub, and over there is the what is it called, the companions, and over there is crystallology. There's also added a map now where you can see the different things. If I put up here, this green one is where we're at now, and we need to go down to the yellow one, the mining facility, basically. So it's just a dropping down right here. You can also use the up and down up here if you want to, but here down here you have the different portals, and right here over on the right side you got the workbench. This is where you craft them through the what is it called, the quest line, and I suggest you definitely do the quest line. It's very easy and very beneficial, very much so. It shows you a lot how to do everything. So but if you haven't, make sure you do. All right, so the next one right next to that one, that's the module forge, and what you do is that it opens automatically this, and then you just right click if you are on that. I don't know how it is on consoles, but on PC at least you just right click. For example, I'm going to take the Omnium tool, and here you can see what it requires. So first of all, it's going to do some with the end charge, range, then you can mine, you know, resources 3 on tier 3, and then some lasermancy, can mine tier 4 resources, range, and then can mine tier 5 resources. So the last 2 steps of this would just be 50% lasermancy. That means, of course, it's just going to be faster, and 1 ranged. So that's why I haven't really done more with it, because I can farm the level 5 or tier 5 resources, so I can basically have access to those. Also because I have gas, which is also significantly reduce the gas drain in level 5 or tier 5. And again, you can see this is the next step, and you can see what it costs down here. And these are, of course, the meta matter, which of course is the hardest part of getting these, of course. The grappling hook is only level 2, so it's pretty easy. I can actually upgrade this right now if I wanted to. And every step, this is level 1, right? So level 2 is going to cost you 2 meta matter, and step 9 or level 9 is going to cost you 9. So every level costs you the same, or the same in the meta matter. So if it's level 2, next one is going to cost you 3, and then 4 and 5 and 6, and so on. And I definitely suggest that you upgrade the Thumper. I think I might do that at this point, because you can see I have all the resources for it, and it does give you a good amount of stuff. And you can see it reveals now tier 2 and tier 3 resources, and later on it'll do 4 and 5, and also the radius, and everyone has mining and duration and increased radius and stuff like that. So just absolutely amazing for what it does. So upgrading is pretty simple, and again, as you can see, you gotta get to level 8 to then get it, all of it. The last 2 steps of also gas is just reduce the consumption in tier 3 by a total of 50%, reduce tier 4 by 25%. This just means that it's going to drain less when you're in those tiers before you get to 5. And the last is, of course, 300 max gas. So pretty close to that, but it also costs you a lot of meta matter, also a lot of other crazy resources that can be expensive, because you can buy everything. You can buy everything on the marketplace. Only thing you cannot buy is meta matter and also crystals. But I do have a method of farming the lesser crystal caches and getting a whole bunch of crystals out of it. So, but that is in another video. I'll link that one below if you want to see the method of farming lesser crystal caches every single day and actually getting what I got, like over 4,000 boxes in not that long a time, I feel, but it kind of feels like that because you do a little bit every day. So I do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you guys like it, maybe subscribe, helps me out a lot, and maybe comment below if you got any questions at all or if it helped you out in any way. I really super appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.